Listen, if you find yourself fighting with other people over socks at Walmart, you have failed at life. We all know Black Friday is the ultimate shopping holiday. Crazy deals, massive crowds, and sometimes a bit of chaos. So what kinds of injuries are we talking about here? When does an injury actually turn into grounds for a lawsuit? Stampedes, crowds rushing into stores have led to serious crush injuries. Tragically, there have even been fatalities, people getting trampled. For instance, in 2008, a Walmart employee was tragically trampled to death in Long Island, New York, after a crowd of about 2,000 people rushed the store's doors. This incident led to a lawsuit from the victim's family, who argued that Walmart should have implemented better crowd control measures. They claimed Walmart knew the risks of such a large crowd but failed to take proper precautions. Walmart eventually paid nearly $2 million to the deceased worker's family. Now, this case has raised awareness around the responsibility of retailers during high traffic shopping events like Black Friday. As a result, stores have faced more pressure to implement crowd control and safety measures. Slip and falls are an extremely common type of Black Friday injury. With the increase in foot traffic, stores can become overcrowded and cluttered. Spills, merchandise on the floor, and overcrowded aisles all lead to slip and fall accidents and lawsuits. A great example of this was the case of Pollock Becker versus Kmart back in 2018. Ms. Pollock Becker claimed that she was seriously injured when she tripped and fell on a Kmart shopping basket. It was negligently left on the floor by a Kmart employee on Black Friday. Now, Kmart denied liability, but eventually settled with the plaintiff. Assaults and fights grabbed some of the biggest headlines on Black Friday. The competition for limited stock and high-value items has led to altercations between shoppers, causing physical injuries and lots of crazy YouTube videos. Check out this fight in 2014 at Victoria's Secret over underwear. Not cool, brah. Or this fight in 2016 in Modesto, California. Now, that happened in front of a JCPenney, which has to be the lamest place that a fight has ever happened. Now, in 2011, Elizabeth Marcius pepper sprayed her fellow shoppers that were trying to snatch up Xbox consoles. Now, seriously, if you find yourself fighting someone over a 50-inch Walmart brand TV, you need to reevaluate your life choices. In many of these cases, these injuries weren't just minor scrapes. People have sustained serious injuries, from broken bones to concussions and, in some cases, even death. A lot of the Black Friday injuries that occur result in lawsuits against the stores, and people ask me all the time why the stores would get sued and often pay settlements for the bad actions of the shoppers. Well, in order to answer that question, you need to understand two important legal concepts: negligence and premises liability. Negligence is when someone fails to take reasonable care to avoid causing harm. In the context of Black Friday, this could mean that a store didn't put enough safety measures in place to protect shoppers. For instance, if a store knows they're going to have a huge crowd, they should have extra security or a system in place to manage the flow of people. And then there's premises liability, which basically means that a property owner is responsible for keeping their space safe. So if someone gets hurt because the store didn't maintain a safe environment, that could lead to a lawsuit under premises liability laws. So when people ask me why a store can get sued for Black Friday injuries, my response is, why wouldn't they? The stores do it to create a frenzied state of mind in the shopper, to get them to buy more than they normally would. Also, the stories of huge crowds and lines of people around the block provide tons of free advertising. In short, Black Friday was created by stores to drive profit, and if these stores can't provide a safe environment for the people they are profiting from, they should pay the consequences. So if you're hurting a store on Black Friday, what are your legal grounds for a lawsuit? Here's what typically needs to happen for a personal injury case to hold up. First, a duty of care. The store had to have a duty to keep you safe, and then a breach of that duty. The store failed to uphold their duty of care. Maybe they didn't manage the crowd well, or they didn't clean up spills quickly enough, or they didn't provide sufficient security for the size of the crowd. And then causation. The store's failure caused your injury. And finally, damages. You suffered actual harm, whether physical injuries or financial losses like medical bills. Basically, you need to show that the store's negligence directly led to your injury, and the extent of your injuries and the impact on your life will influence the outcome of your lawsuit. Now, you might be wondering, what are the stores doing to prevent these kinds of incidents and the lawsuits that follow? Let's look at a few measures that many retailers have adopted over the years. Now, first off, stores often hire extra security for Black Friday. They also use barriers to control crowd flow, and some even issue tickets and wristbands to keep shoppers organized and prevent rushes. Other retailers have implemented online deals and extended sales to reduce the number of people physically physically in the store. Now, after COVID-19, a lot of these stores became very conscious of crowd control and safety. They've made changes that help avoid some of the Black Friday chaos. Black Friday madness, like the clips we showed you at the beginning of this video, is becoming much less common. That is due in large part because lawsuits against retailers have forced them to become more conscious about shopper safety. Now, if you insist on going out on Black Friday, it's important to stay safe. Here's a couple of ideas. Avoid the rush. Try to shop later in the day when the crowds may be lighter. Stay alert. Keep an eye on the people around you and look out for spills or hazards. And know where security is. Familiarize yourself with the store exits and security in case things get out of hand. And finally, stay calm. Black Friday deals are great, but no deal is worth risking your health. And if you've been injured in a Black Friday brawl or any kind of accident, you deserve an advocate. Click the link below for your free consultation. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more content on personal safety, legal insights, and more. Happy and safe shopping.